Good morning and welcome back to Dustinbed. Today I'm going to be talking about a smaller pile of movies than I did last time, so this video won't be as wild and long as the last one, but I think it'll be a fun time, potentially. This is the first movie I saw. It was Edge of the Axe. Ah! He's spooky and he's got an axe. Ah! Or is he a he? Or a she? Or a them? We don't know unless you watch it. Anyway, I kind of gave away the ending a little bit. Or maybe there's multiple people there. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, so anyway, this movie is kind of weird. It is made by a Spanish filmmaker and it shows because the all of the characters speak English, but sometimes they have kind of weird turns of phrases. And there's the phrase bodacious tatas in the movie, and it's said like kind of seriously in a way, like he meant to say that. Like, I have no idea. It's such a weird movie, but like the effects are really well done. I love the masked killer. Like that mask is cool. It kind of like it reminds me of the idea of like Michael Myers, that white mask that's like emotionless. This one feels a little bit more angry because the eyes in it are a little bit more like, grr. But even then, it's like, it's got that like, there's no mouth, so it's like, kind of that emotionless thing going on still. So, oh yeah, that's right. There's a part in the movie. I, I guess I just want to call it the scene where blood drips from the ceiling. That part was really, really well done, and I love that scene. That was such a good scene, uh, because the suspense was like perfect, and you don't. I feel like most slashers don't really nail that very well, other than like what I just talked about, Halloween. That one does it really well. But yeah, that scene's lit. And the ending is really weird and interesting, I guess. I don't know. Uh, I want to spoil the ending, but let's talk about one other thing real quick. Computers play a big role in this movie. Uh, even in oh, even in the like original cover, you can see that. I can't see, so yeah, I mean it's like that neon greenish kind of color of like an old computer, and in the title is like typed onto the screen basically. So computers play a pretty big role. The two lead characters, they well he gives the guy gives the girl a computer and they like talk over the web, but I'm pretty sure this was before the web existed, so I'm not sure what it's going for exactly, but it's interesting and it kind of plays into what would happen in the future with like computers and stuff. But anyway, let's get to the ending because it's like really weird and I want to talk about it. So, the main guy, who is heavily implied to be the killer throughout, uh, he comes into the lead girl's house and he's wearing black gloves and boots and stuff, so he looks like the killer. And he basically lays on her like, hey, your cousin that you think is the killer, he doesn't even exist. You're the killer. And she's like, what? I'm not the killer. What? That doesn't make any sense. And we get to like the very end. The cops shoot the guy. He did, and then she's like crying and stuff. She's been through the ringer, and the very last frame of the movie is she's like hugging the officer, and then you see her face go like yeah, like I got him. So she was the killer, but that doesn't make any sense because the killer always looks like a guy, like he's built like big, and there's this one part where you can like kind of see the killer's face, and it's like obviously a guy. So the ending makes no sense, but like who cares? Because like that doesn't even matter really, in my opinion. Uh, it's more about like the kills and the atmosphere and like the weird stuff in the story and all that. There's a lot of stuff I didn't actually touch on. I hope that you watch the movie, even though I just gave away the ending, because I think it's a fun movie. So, up next is that Herschel Gordon Lewis box set that just came out recently, or it's like a reissue of that really big one that looked really nice. By the way, both of these came from that Arrow Video Spooktober box that I bought fairly recently and I did an unboxing of. So if you want to watch that, you can. But yeah, so these are two of the things from it. And I watched Blood Feast, which is the first movie that is in the package, and it's the only one out of here that I had previously seen. And it is an interesting movie. It's not very good. It's not very good. It's not well shot. There's a lot of bad things, I guess. I mean, it's kind of so bad it's good. So it's like you can enjoy it, but like, it's not very well shot. It's not very well acted. The best part of it, and the part that's aged the best in my opinion, is like the gore stuff, because it's like this is 1963 and we're seeing gore in movies, and that's like super weird. And it's the first splatter movie according to him, which I agree. From my understanding, I haven't really seen much gore in movies before this time, especially not to the degree that it is in this one. Like there's straight up cut off limbs that have like gore attached at the end, and it's like icky. But everything about the movie other than that is like not so good. But like the acting, what's his name? Uh, well, his last name's Ramsey. He's that weird guy in the movie. Uh, which weird guy? The because there's a bunch of weird guys in the movie. But oh, I lost my train of thought. What's his name? I want to know his name. I don't think he does any bonus or any of the special features stuff. Anyway, he he's like playing an old man, and they put like gray stuff in his hair to make his hair gray because he's clearly like no older than like his 30s basically. But yeah, and he acts so hard. He puts his all into it, and he just hams it up so much. I've heard the phrase chewing the scenery, and I'm not sure if I know what that means exactly, but I feel like he's chewing the scenery, and he oh oh my god, it's really fun to watch, honestly. He gives it everything, and you gotta love it. Other than that, I mean, the movie is just about a guy that's like going around killing people for this like weird titular blood feast that's something to do with like an Egyptian old ritual thing. But yeah. Oh yeah. Ratings. I gave this a 3 stars out of 5 or a 6 out of 10. I think it's a high 6 out of 10. It's almost a 7 in my opinion. I really liked it. And I think I've said all I had to say about Blood Feast, and I think that it is a low 6 out of 5, or low 6 out of 5. It's a it's better than a 5 out of 5. It's a 6 out of 5, but it's a 6 out of 10 or a 3 star, but on the low end. I think that its um, impact makes it more interesting than the movie itself, and the ad what would you call that, the ads, like the ads at the trailers and all that. The marketing for the movie is like fantastic. There's this trailer where it's like, hey, this movie's gonna screw you up. There's gonna be nurses at the theater to make sure that everything's okay. This isn't a publicity stunt. This is just for your safety. And it's like, oh my god, okay, whatever. It's so cheesy and fun though. But yeah, so that's Blood Feast, and it was worth the watch. It's only like a little over 60 minutes, so it's like you how could you not watch Blood Feast, you know? Like it'd be harder not to watch Blood Feast. And then the next one is, well, I guess I'll just show the cover again. It's Scum of the Earth. It's another movie that came out that same year. It's in black and white instead of color, which I didn't mention, but Blood Feast was in color for 63, which is pretty cool. I mean, there's plenty of movies in color by then, but like low budget and color is pretty cool. But this one's in black and white, and it's described as the first roughie, which I looked on Wiki, and I think roughies are about like the rougher side of like sexploitation stuff. This one is about a pornography ring or something, like photographs, like dirty photographs, and girls are getting involved with it and they're not liking it and stuff, and it's the people that run it are these like awful people that are the titular scum of the earth. And there's this the photographer is like kind of a sympathetic kind of character. He realizes what's going on, but he's still kind of a part of it, and he wants to get out kind of. He wants to better himself and like, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it's not very well shot like Blood Feast and stuff. Um the the transfer was actually kind of bad, I think. Like there was weird, you know, like I don't know what they call them, but it's like the whole screen has like big lines in it basically. I don't know what you would call that, but yeah, I don't know. It was kind of good. There's this one character, I think her name was Kim or something. I don't remember exactly, but she gets involved with it, and she's about to get ready to go to college, so that's why she's doing it, is because she needs money for college. And you know, it starts off fairly innocent. It's just kind of like bikini shots and stuff, but then she's got to like do stuff that she doesn't like, and she's really torn up about it, and they're threatening to show her dad and stuff, and it's just, you know, like I didn't think I would have so much sympathy for such a like poorly acted character, but yeah, I don't know. The guy the guy that played the old guy in Blood Feast is back, and he plays a character that his like the main thing that they talk about with him in the movie is that he's a minor, so that way if anything goes wrong and this like whole operation goes down the tubes, then he's okay because he's only a minor. And like, so you made the dude old in the first movie, and now you're saying that he's not even 18 in this one? Like, make up your mind. I looked it up, and he was 30 when this movie came out. So he was like right in between young man, old man. So I guess they just thought like, well, if he's in the middle, he can do either, but I don't know. And he's acting up a storm again. Like he really like he's good at like acting his ass off, but like so hammy and stuff. I loved it. But a lot of the people from this movie were actually in Blood Feast, because that photographer was one of the police chiefs or whatever in Blood Feast, and then I think one of the ladies from the pornography thing was the first lady that got killed in Blood Feast, I want to say. So yeah, there's some crossover, which was kind of cool. And I even think that I'm going to call her Kim because I already called her Kim, but I think she was in Blood Feast too for a second, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I gave that one a 6 also. Uh, I liked it. It wasn't really a horror movie, so it doesn't really fit this video very well, but even still, I thought it was a good movie. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching the rest of the stuff in this box set because it's, I don't know, it's good so far. Even it's bad, but it's good. It's so bad that it's good, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, let's move on to the last thing for the video because unfortunately I've only watched 4 movies this week. But best for last, maybe? Why did I think I could make Godzilla noises? Anyway, I watched Godzilla. Is that a horror movie? I think the first one is. It's definitely sci-fi, but it's like, it's horror too, I guess. But yeah, I watched Godzilla, and spoiler alert, it's a good movie. It's a little slow in the beginning, I will admit. Um, I feel like maybe I don't like it as much as other people do because on Letterboxd it's got like a 4, and I gave it a, spoiler alert, I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 or a 7 out of 10, which I think is still a good movie, but I don't know. I tend not to rate movies for how impactful they are, but for some reason I did for Blood Feast. I don't know. I like that one though. I don't, well, I I liked Blood Feast. That doesn't mean I didn't like Godzilla, but I feel like Godzilla kind of stands on its own better. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. Godzilla's cool. There's some really great shots of Godzilla going through the city with like the uh, the citizens are, they're running around going like, ah, spooky Godzilla man, but they go together really well. I don't know how they did that because normally in movies where there's like 2 shots being combined, there's some like camera shake. Maybe they just locked it down really good, but I don't know. It turned out really good. There are some shots that look bad. There's there's a part with a fire engine, I guess, and it's going down the street, and then it suddenly turns into a toy, very obviously, and that was pretty funny. But overall, I mean, the story, there's a lot going on there with like Hiroshima and stuff, and the atomic bombs and World War II and all that stuff, and it's definitely a heavy movie. Um, there's a part in it with a mother holding her children, and Godzilla's about to kill them basically. He's destroying the city, and she's like, well, we're going to see your father soon. And just even saying it then just put chills down my spine. Like, that's such a like rough, ooh, that's such a rough line. But yeah, I mean, you go from that, and then you go like, a few movies later, and it's like Godzilla's like a goofball and stuff. It's weird, but yeah, it was good. I'd seen it once before, and I liked it then, and I still like it about the same amount. I'm glad that I watched it again, and I'm glad that I watched it for Halloween because I feel like that first one really does have some good horror elements. It's not just, I mean, it's sci-fi, of course, but oh, come on, there we go. It's sci-fi, of course, but there's horror in there too. So yeah, that covers it. That's Halloween for you. Today is Halloween, if I didn't mention before. I'm going to be watching Halloween later, but I wanted to get this video out now because by the time I get done with Halloween, the movie, not the day, I'm going to be too tired. And I wanted to give you something now so that way I didn't have to do what like I did last week and put a video out on Sunday instead of Saturday. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and comment and stuff if you liked this. I think I am gonna not do this anymore. I know I talked about it in the past where I thought about keeping this up, but I think that like I'm probably not gonna be watching movies as frequently as I am this month. So it's gonna be like one of these videos every week, which I don't know. I don't think that would be really worth watching. I don't know. Prove me wrong, I guess, and let me know. And subscribe if you liked this kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, good night.